Fiona, bro. I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna start it up just that ignorant. As soon as you can tell me like the music ends, I'm just gonna come in hot. The bitch looked like Fiona on a Slim Fast, or Fiona on a diet. She got the what's that stomach thing? Is it gastropod? No, is it gastropod?
I keep coming back to you. I keep coming back to you.
Hello, Internet World! Welcome to another episode of TV Nerdz. This is your host, Esoteric Child, here with Gabe Stomach. We got Icy Benjamin in the back. Yo. And apparently, this man right here got something off his chest.
She-Hulk looks like Fiona that just had a gastric bypass. Just want to say that.
People gonna say you hate women now.
I ain't hating women. Fiona was obese. If anything, Shrek should be losing weight too. If we're gonna talk about mythical characters, but I'm just saying she got the same green as Fiona. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong. Say I'm wrong. She ain't got the same green as Fiona.
She really doesn't. Like Fiona was a brighter green.
Bullshit.
She's more like she looks more tan than green.
I watched that whole fight outside between them two.
Duh,
Bullshit. It looked like Cameron Diaz whooping up on Bruce Banner. Just green as fuck. It's the same. I'm just saying the CGI, She-Hulk, the whole system, the whole organization is falling apart, bro. Falling apart.
There have been like so many just complaints about the MCU CGI, like just the laziness, I guess. And it's just like even with other movies too. They've been saying that a lot of movies, just because we got the newest technology that can do this type of shit, we got AI, like the CGI is just looks lazy. Like people were really saying that one scene in She-Hulk where she walks in, it looks like something from Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
I can't unsee it either.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%. There's also a scene where she punches.
It just looked like the CGI. Like people saying, you said like it wasn't too bad. Like it's not that it's not too bad. It looks out of place.
The CGI itself doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, the CGI itself is not that bad, but it looks out of place.
They didn't.
But they wanted to like really put it in like the real world. It looks so out of place.
And what sucks, Banner looks better. Banner fits the color. Like they didn't color correct it correctly. Like she looks too green, or like she looks too like she's like highlighter green.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Highlighter green.
Yeah.
Emerald.
Like, yeah, in a way, it's like it's a shinier green.
She looked like first Hulk green. Y'all remember the first
with the
Hulk?
green paint?
The green paint Hulk? Not green, but not first, not that one, but the movie one, the first CGI Hulk.
Oh,
the one.
Yeah. Now that was more darker. It looked more grayish, like a grayish green.
No, you talking about
the first CGI one?
No, you talking about just Hulk.
Hulk.
I know.
Lime green.
Yeah,
like,
that's how she looked. That's how she looked.
Bright.
That
was with the like the more muscular. Like there was another.
Not the
like,
one before that.
There was one CGI Hulk where he looked grayish green and his head was like
not Edward Norton.
That was
no, not. I'm not talking about Edward Norton. I'm talking about the one before that. Because there was a CGI one before that, but his head looked like more boxy.
Hulk. Yeah, that's the Hulk one. Because
no, the original one had just the big guy who they painted green.
Oh, you going that far back?
No, I'm not going that far. We're talking about the movies. We're talking about like
movie-wise,
Hulk.
just going.
Oh wait, that other one was a series. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Hulk like CGI. Like she looks like first gen Hulk.
Yeah.
Like when he like
first gen Hulk looked a little bit better.
They put the foam on. Right. That's what's sad. Like, but then they got Smart Hulk standing next to her, and you're just like, why does he look more for the scene?
I think with Smart Hulk, he's already established.
No. I'm talking about colorly wise.
I know, but I'm saying like they already established like the framework for Smart Hulk. So like I think it's just much easier to just put him there.
You just pointed out the laziness in CGI. Because like think about that, you can't copy the same settings for Hulk to put it over in She-Hulk. You already create the character.
No, I think as the episodes progressed, it just got lazy because it's like the first episode of She-Hulk, it looked good.
What? My man.
The first episode of She-Hulk, the CGI looked decent.
Man,
At least because you even said with color, it looked natural. It looked.
There was only one scene where she's outside and you're like, okay, this looks like She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Every other scene when she's indoors, she glows in the dark. Like, she's so bright. Well, she's a bright green where it's like she walks through with her best friend, she stands out, and it's like, I don't know.
I think
matte.
it's
just get matte. Just matte color, son. Like,
I think it's also because like it's not like she's just as big as the original Hulk. She's still like more slender. I guess the whole thing to like make her stick out is so you know that's Hulk. Otherwise, it'll just be another big person.
but she's green. Like, I'm not saying not to take away the green, but I'm saying like she needs more. She needs.
No, I'm
more
saying like you saying like she sticks out. Like that's what I'm saying. That's probably what.
But like the sticking out part is in a way where it's distracting from the scene. Like it takes away from like now, like, you know how you're looking at something and then you'd be like, damn, that's hella green. Or like people have like a mole on their face and they're trying to talk to you and you just be like, what? Because you're distracted by a mole or you're distracted by something like a blemish or something. Like, it's not even offensive. You just, for that 1 second or so, your brain just took you there and you're like wondering what happened. Like, they got a scar in the face. You're like, oh, I wonder how that scar got in. Did you hear what I said? What? Like, that's what happens to me when I watch the show. Because it's like, I'll see the scene and then it's like, okay, what's happening with the dialogue? And then she walks in, you're just like, wow, damn, it's so green. Like, why is she? And then I just missed the whole scene. I got to rewind it back because I'm not paying attention.
We got a total of 4 Hulks. I got over the top of the we have, like he said, the painted one, regular Lou Ferrigno.
OG. The OG.
And then you got homeboy that was next that was just boxed. Like,
Yeah.
I see his box ass head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the hair looks
Terrible.
Yeah.
Garbage.
terrible.
It looks a little bit more
on
like the original comic, because the original comic they were supposed to make him gray, but because of something with like how it was printed, it turned out to be green. So that's why Hulk is green.
And then the next one is the one that you said that looks a little grayish, where it's like they toned down the green a lot.
Which is the lime green one? That's the one with the fucked up hair.
It's just Hulk. And then the one he talking about is the Incredible Hulk.
I'm talking about Hulk. I'm talking about the green. She looks like the green Hulk. Like that dark emerald green.
Yeah.
She has that vibe to it. And then while Bruce Banner, and don't get me wrong, I don't want to go into the Marvel just quite yet because we're still talking about CGI. Yeah. But like, it makes sense for why Smart Hulk looks the way he does because he was on Sakaar. Because Sakaar, where he was fighting with Thor Ragnarok, the time of that planet moves differently than outside of the universe. So like, So like, Jeff Goldblum's character doesn't age. So everyone around him dies within like a couple weeks. So like, Hulk doesn't age either. That's why he was like the champion, because people would just age out and die, and Hulk just stayed around. So when like you assume that Hulk was there for like 2 years. He was like there 2 years, like our time, but in reality, it was like 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? So he shows a sense of worn, like the green not being as bright. You're old. You know what I mean? So I get, and he's been through hella fights, so I get him not being as bright. Cause like it would, you like you said, he's been at Hulk for like almost 34 something years. He's been a Hulk.
Well, our time too.
No. I'm talking his time. Like he's at his age. He's like 30. He'd be like 50, between 30 and 50 years old. His time, but he's been a Hulk for about a solid 30 years, roughly, because he did the experiment when he was in like early 20s. You know what I'm saying? So like, but just the fact the way he aged, he stayed Hulk for 2 years, or whatever, but aged like decades on Sakaar, and so like that's CGI shows that. Why not? And I guess maybe that's why they're trying to be lazy with it. But like in the first episode where she fights, the second episode where she fights some superhero in the courtroom.
Yeah, that was the first episode. That was the end of the first episode.
So the end of the first episode, she fights someone in the courtroom. The other superhero looked like something from The Boys, right? It was shot.
She did look something.
It was shot out. Yo, this girl looked like she bought her costume from like
Rainbow?
Lot 49. Nah, I'm taking it back. Lot 49. She bought her clothes from Lot. She bought her clothes from Lot 49, right? Like she got the high boots. Like it made no sense, right? And then like she goes to do her superpower. She just busts through the wall. She goes to do a flying kick, and like the shot, the way it looks like she's on strings. And they just moved, you know what I mean? They just moved her, and then put a CGI of She-Hulk of her getting hit. I was just like, you did it. You didn't use. You did.
They went.
You did the fly-by-wire. You using fly-by-wire right now? You got a CGI girl right here. You tell me you couldn't have her fly across the screen either. Just a nothing.
I mean, they still do that kind of method when they do certain
Chinese films.
They not even American films. They still do that kind of.
Yeah, but you follow up with CGI.
The reason why I said Chinese film is because they like really perfected it.
Yeah, but like even when they're using a little bit Chinese films use a little bit of CGI, it still works out for the way they do the shot. The way she like if
you're talking about a whole character.
If no, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the way the kick happened, the way they did the action scene of her taking over control or whatever, or winning. Like it was fine, but it was just like the way they showed the villain looked too cheesy, and I was just like, bro, y'all had all this time to make like an actual flying kick or something, and make it look good, make She-Hulk look good is what I'm trying to say, and it just like they fell short. It was like it felt very not 90s, but back in like theater times where you had like the Cupid just fly in on a wire and then just fly away. It looked like that, and you're just like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then it's like if you did, fine, but then add some swirls or some lights or sparklers to the girl to show a power happening. You know, camouflage her as she goes through the scene or something. So it's like, yeah, you can still add special effects in 3D or something, not 3D. CGI or something, but it's just like it's like a little After Effects at that moment. You just add some flair, some ember marks or something, and she doing like a Chung-Li kick. You got me hooked. Ain't none of that, bro. I was like, what is this girl's? She just strong? You just got two strong bitches in this room?
It's just like It's just like like Wonder Woman and Cheetah. Like they're both just strong women.
No. But Wonder Woman can't move like Cheetah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the advantage of Cheetah. Like you remember when Cheetah was jumping off the walls, chipping up Wonder Woman's shield and armor. She couldn't do nothing about it. She was pop. She was getting her ass whooped, and then eventually it was like, all right, I'm gonna just whoop this bitch ass and hit her with a haymaker. Like you chipping up my wings. Like that was Cheetah's abilities. Like she's super fast and agile. Wonder Woman, even though they're both strong, Wonder Woman doesn't have that same speed and agileness. She's just
strong and she can fly.
And fly, yeah. And they say, and then in the comics, she don't even really fly. She be jumping high. That's why she got the jet.
That's the longest glide
That's what I'm saying.
in my life.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the longest leap ever.
Well, like the boots do some shit, so that's what made it. That's what made it was possible.
Man, whatever, man. She be in there with Superman.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like,
they moved. That's what I mean. They made that merge to her flying all of a sudden, where like she doesn't fly. Like that's why she had the invisible jet. You get what I mean? Like everyone knew.
But they had to make the powers make sense because back then they were just throwing shit in.
Yeah.
Because not Spider-Man, but Superman used to have little mini Supermans come out of his hands. I was like, what is that? What power is it?
CGI of that? Imagine see,
bro. Anybody who has that triphobia would be pissed.
Oh my god.
You just see his hand open and just hope. I'm like, oh no.
They stopped printing them issues. It was like, yeah, we got to dumb down some of his powers.
Because then there was a comic where they all linking hands to save a nigga out the water. Superman 2.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you don't fly your ass over there and scoop him out and pick his
Instead of
ass
trying
up.
to
This is an afternoon, dog.
They got
They're
Batman,
trying to use the power of
Robin,
friendship and
and
shit.
Superman trying to reach a dude. Come on.
With risking the kid.
Yeah. And like even the invisible jet didn't make sense. She's an Amazonian woman. Where's she getting tech for jets?
They got tech on the
Amazonia? No,
yeah.
they got religious now. They was hella religious with some artifacts and shit, bro.
Well, I mean, at least with the Jack Snyder version, there's more tech, or at least with the more modern one, is more techy.
Again, how stupid that power is. It made sense when we was kids.
It's dumb.
But it's dumb to have an invisible jet. So how the hell you sneaking up on niggas?
It's invisible.
No,
Just
she was able to be
fucking invisible.
You are not
invisible.
though. You could see her in it. It didn't even make sense.
As
How
you
you
get older, you be like, what?
Like, why would you get in it and not you be invisible too? That was the return.
Like you can see.
But when I was little,
Like, you
I
can
ran with it.
lit.
I was like, okay,
That makes sense.
Like, but you can see,
You can see
through the jet, and it's
whole
invisible.
cabin full, bro. Batman, Superman, Flash, Aquaman, sitting
Y'all could have
side by
gotten the
side.
Batmobile with this.
Side by side.
At least
Wonder
the
Woman
Bat- at least
flying
the-
a jet, bro.
At least the Batjet is armored. Y'all could have just gotten that.
It wasn't
the
big
crazy
enough.
part about
it wasn't
it
big
is-
enough. That's why he took Wonder Woman's plane.
In his
And
version
Superman
of the,
sat-
in
Superman sat
Batman's
next to
version
him.
of the story, he has a button that can do cloaking, and it cloaks everybody.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
And you still got Superman sitting next to you. Get
Right.
your ass out, and you taking up a
Batman
seat.
and at no point in time said, "Hey, I do have a jet that can cloak all of
The
us."
same, yeah.
No, I'm gonna just ride in the one y'all got.
I
got
it.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Batman was just there just because he was there. I don't think he fucked with the Justice League like that.
Think about
Because he's always been a loner though.
Nah,
But
he's
still,
he's
why would
still-
you go in with a team in an invisible
with
jet
the dumb shit like
with
that?
motherfuckers that can see you, and
would-
your main mission is be invisible?
It's my stealth jet, and you get in it. Hey, what? I can see you in the jet, huh? What you mean? I'm invisible, nigga. Like the jet? No, the jet's
No, the
invisible.
Jet's invisible, not you.
But I can still, it's see
Does
through.
this thing not have windows? Like,
Like, what do you mean? I can see you, Nick.
Well, Eugene, it might be a situation where it's like,
Where's the
where
bathroom on this
you
plane?
see outside, but you don't know people can see you.
Where's the bathroom on this plane? Cause you imagine being. All right, I gotta use the bathroom. Hey, no. Hey, no.
Not the plane.
I gotta use the bathroom.
You're
though.
around people.
Hey, it's in the back to the left. Okay, you get the whole door and everything. Ka-doom, ka-choo.
All the guys looking
Still
back
seeing.
at the girl. All the guys looking at Wonder Woman when she go.
Can you guys look up ahead? Or no, she don't even say nothing. They don't talk because think about it. They don't know because you're not gonna tell her that we see you, and she believes she's invisible. You get what I'm saying? Like you just you just wouldn't say anything.
I'm pretty sure somebody else operated that plane and she seen them in the plane and was like, "Oh, so they can see me."
Or she had to use a someone else like Batman went to use the bathroom and she turned back and saw this nigga in the bathroom too, just dropping the deuce, just showers down.
Right.
He has Superman boxers.
Right. Make sense.
that'd be hilarious.
That's so dumb, bro.
That'd be hilarious
And
if Batman
CGI
had
that.
Superman box.
That'd be funny.
And then also the lasso of truth. Just break a whole thing down. The lasso of truth. She lasso you and then you be like, "Hey, you look fat in that."
You ugly. That's fucked up.
That last truth. It's like tell me the truth. Like
Yo,
that costume's ugly.
Your face.
Oh my god.
Your hairline crooked. My man. And I felt like I want to bang your mom. Bro.
What?
What did you do? Huh?
I feel like it'll hurt your feelings more.
What did you do? What did you do with the bomb? I don't know what you're talking about, but I like the way your feet look. Cause this is lasso of truth. So they just saying true stuff. Like I want you to sit on my face so I pass out. Take the rope off him. Take the rope off.
Too much rope.
Take the rope
I
off.
mean, I think the whole thing is
Turn
like
it
she had
off.
to ask him something. Like anything she asked, still gonna tell the truth. So
But
it'll be fun that they just start blurting out truth.
I'm saying, but is it whoever holding the rope? Is it whoever holding the rope? Or
Yeah.
is it,
Yeah, because remember in Justice League versus Teen Titans when the way they got the demon out of her, like Superman had to take her lasso and was like, "Who are you, for real?"
so anybody. So that's my point. It's not just her.
Yeah,
this
anybody who gets this rope.
So anybody. So
Like
imagine
her one weakness in the past comics was if a man takes the lasso of truth and wraps her hands with it. That was her one weakness.
that makes sense.
That's sexism, but
I mean, you just told me the power of the fucking rope. The loophole in of itself is that she's not the only one with
So
the
her
ability.
weakness is domination.
Because the rope
Got it.
dominates whatever you know what I mean? Whoever's
Got
holding
you.
the remote. Like whoever's holding the rope. So imagine being in her car, you being in a jet. Hey, toss me out some rope. I got you. And we hoisting up somebody. Yeah, I be liking Wonder Woman ass. Bro, we gotta hurry up with this rope. We gotta hurry up with this rope.
But he didn't even ask you. I
But
didn't even ask you this shit.
But
What you
everybody
talking
not
about?
because think about it, because you got other people who's holding this rope just throwing out questions and questions before you got on the
That
on
would
the
be some
plane.
fucked up shit.
'Cause-
It's like, and then you just see Superman like, "Yo, Batman, you been checking out Wonder Woman?" Like, yeah,
Like-
like,
Hell yeah.
Only reason why I ain't beat his ass because I ain't got health care. Nothing. Nothing. Yo, hurry up and hoist this dude up. Yo, stop using this rope. Yo, the rope will last.
And the dude is like worse.
Yeah, the dude is hurt. Cause think about it, he's probably all right. I paint the scene too. It's a Coast Guard helicopter doing the rescue. You know, they got the basket.
Yeah.
The rope snaps, so they use Wonder Woman's lasso of truth to hoist your man up, and now he's just spinning, just telling truths like wild, you know. And do you save him? He's blurting out truths like, yeah, I go after kids, like not sexually, just like he's a serial killer. That's why he was out in the woods.
It's like, yeah, let's
put him back down. Put him back. What? No, you gotta save him. Nah,
we gotta say this guy.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? You could just that lasso of truth could be kind of useful at certain times.
Find out who their real people is.
Is it? And you said it was sexist. Is it sexist that Wonder Woman gets it? Because I feel like she would use it in any relationship. Thank you.
No, I wasn't saying sex. Like I was saying sex is like.
Finally find out if he's actually cheating.
So you gotta give her the weakness of like anybody could use this rope because that's too powerful for a woman, bro. That's too. You can't.
Or you can find out if he's talking to somebody or fucking somebody or talking to somebody.
Imagine your girl
My
Wonder
question
Woman.
Hey, yo, to the people
is,
who's
why
writing
is
the
it-
boys, take this down.
My question of the
Give us
matter
our
is,
credit,
why
though.
is it so important? I know this is not even on topic. Why is it so important for women to have to try to catch? Why, like,
That's what?
to
Be
have to try to
Columbos.
to try to catch you in something? Because it's just like y'all
Usually,
make it a
I mean-
mission to catch somebody in something.
I mean, usually they.
Like the first 48.
I mean, yo, usually they find the doubt just because we leave clues. Like
What clues?
Some-
What?
some people, some guys.
They just bring it up randomly.
What clues? There be no clues. They just be like the first 48. You just walked home just because you just had a brush between some. You went to Bed Bath and Beyond to get some coupons or something. Because you smell like Bed Bath. See?
Maybe it's for you.
Right.
For you.
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
the problem.
Why
right
you
there.
going to Bed
Why you
Bath
going
and
to Bed
Beyond?
Bath without me?
I don't know, because they got that little small men's section.
Shit in there you like. How crazy idea. Some shit in there that you might like.
Let's get back on topic. This ain't
Yeah.
this ain't internet actual nonsense. Come on now.
Relationship shit. They just brought up this is Wonder Woman power though. That's her shit.
No. That's why I was relating to it.
That's Wonder Woman
That's
power.
how crazy Wonder Woman. It's basically a woman that's just trying to get some cheating around. Basically, you're walking around with Wonder Womans all over. They strong. The lasso of truth. They always trying to find something to cheat that somebody's cheating or doing something against them. They think they invisible and they not.
Yeah.
You see all the correlations.
Yeah, that's true.
This is wild.
He has a point. We've seen you. I'm watching. I see you. See me. See you.
Right.
But like, yo, back to the CGI conversation, because like people have been saying that like the CGI like back in the day, for some reason, even looks better than what we got now. We got more modern technology.
Yeah.
Like, I just think, I mean,
Motherfuckers don't know how to use it.
that is true. A lot of these special effects people, like some of them, like they're not really focused on their craft. You know, also for like a lot of these companies, like I think if they had people that's been in Marvel for like X amount of years, the CGI would be better because you're able to hone your craft to Marvel standard. But I think it's kind of the same thing with video games with special effects artists. They be switching them out.
Oh no, yes. Well, the thing is, they do that. Like, they should be a union for like those VFX artists, because they don't.
A lot of them they get rushed.
Because
Especially in video games, they begin
like
rushed to do a lot of this.
Mortal Kombat almost even like saw that they were.
Oh
Gonna
my
get.
god.
Mortal Kombat when
That was so terrible.
when they were
the newest one.
Yeah. All as of Sense X.
Hold on now.
Sense X.
The other two, it was just ahead of their time. Of course, they're terrible now because you think about Spawn, same thing.
No, but I'm saying like the games came out, they were fire. No credit. I'm not disrespecting the games, but I'm talking about the developers and the people who went behind the VFX and stuff to get your fatalities and do all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
No, like they all had to deal with like
the movie's
post
different,
like
too. I got something
PTSD. Like they were clinically diagnosed, like fucked up as if they went to the war. And it's like they all have to do the research.
Yeah, they gotta watch certain deaths to know, like, okay, if your intestines gets pulled out, this is how it's gonna look, so I can animate it. You know, or if you get crushed by something, this is how your skull's gonna look when it breaks.
Now, how
You know, it's
desensitizing is that when it's like that's not your job, but just to make games? Like, because in your
I
next
think-
game
I
it's going to
think-
be
I think-
Powerpuff Girls. What? Like, yeah, we got you on Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, that's kind of not far fetched because you saw in the damn TV show every time they beat the fuck out of Mojo Jojo, he just looking like.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have you on Mojo
Man
Jojo.
got his teeth taken out. Every punch, a tooth is flying. Like, come on, man.
Every time Mojo Jojo show up, you need to whoop his ass. I need you to be his ass whooping character drawer. Like, okay, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no break for them. They just go on to the next project. So it's like they don't get a chance to like decompress from such a thing.
I think some of them might take time off to like. I know they get thrown like, especially if you're a part of like a company like Rockstar or something like that. You get some of them get thrown into another like. That's why there'd be so many like there'd be some people who will quit afterwards. It's like now I got to do this, and it's like I'm gonna be getting the same crunch time because that's what was the whole. That was a whole controversy with Red Dead Redemption 2. They wanted to release this game this time, but the amount of crunch that a lot of these guys were working 80-hour weeks just doing special effects.
Right, and then but think about like once you finish, because they're contracted. They're not like it's like this is your job.
Yeah,
they're all contracted work. So like once the artist is done, I don't need you. You have to find like another job or another task, and then like once you find it, they don't give you the break. Yeah, it's like, all right, here's your work. You know what I'm saying? So you have to budget.
I think it would be much better if you have like from a company standpoint, like you have people who've been there X amount of years. They know the standard you want. Instead of just bringing on new people every single time.
But you have to bring on new people every time when you got new tech dropping. Like if you're gonna because if you keep old people in, they know the older ways. Don't get me wrong, they know standards, which is what you need. So you need a few of them for the standards.
Train them.
Train the older people.
Like train them to use this technology, something like that. Like
I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but like it's the amount of money you would have to. It's like it's a cost to value type of thing where it's like I'm better off getting some young kid who has some fresh ideas, who's bad at shit, than trying to teach a new dog old dog new tricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he may be able to get it, but if he's like if he's hung up on like a different program, it's like, bro, this is the only program I got for you to use. But like, I don't have that, and like the kid can do it. Like it comes down to time and money thing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not even fair for the older people now. So it's like you're better off like making like indie games or old school games and having them stick to that niche. Because you know how you have like Yoshi 64 and like they're like how it progressed, but they still stay true to a certain degree. Like you're better off having them do something like that than have them continue to progress the new like frontier of gaming. When it's like I don't know how to use like. Because it's a new code introduced every year. Now you got Python ++-6. I know C++ and Python 1. Well, bro, it's just like Python. And then you know what I mean. You got to go through explaining that. But now I still need 10,000 lines of code. It's like I would be so pissed as a VFX artist. And then that was the issue with the other movies like
Resident Evil?
Not just Resident Evil, but Resident Evil and it's like Ruby. That's the name of it. It's another anime on Netflix. But like they ran it, because they crunched time for them. It's like the anime didn't look as good as it could have. Then so it's like you rushing them doesn't produce a good product. And then you get like shit looking like Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange 2.
The only thing about Doctor Strange I didn't like about CGI was the ending with the eye. That was the thing that was like, okay, you could have done better.
His zombie face could have been better.
The zombie face didn't bother me. The zombie face didn't bother me. It looked somewhat believable.
Really? It looked like Thriller. He looked like Michael Jackson.
What else you want a zombie to look like?
Like a dead like something from I don't know Walking Dead. You had me scared as shit from Wanda. I was scared shitless by Wanda. Like she was terrifying walking through the hallways, and when she fucked up all the Fantastic Four and all them people, like that was rough. And then you give me a zombie, and you got flying ghouls, and your zombie looks like something from Thriller. Come on. So,
They spent most of their money on Wanda.
yeah, so you could have put
But
some,
I mean, like,
some stank on that and make it look like Walking Dead. How?
yeah,
Think about
Doctor
that.
Strange.
AMC.
No, Doctor Strange 2 really proves that the MCU can go dark if they want to.
Yeah,
Like, that was a fucked up movie.
100.
Like, it's basically like a Marvel horror movie.
yeah,
Just not that scary.
yeah, no, yeah, no, definitely, no, yeah, definitely. And then it just made me mad that you they went CGI or did clay like a prosthetic on his face when you could have just done gore makeup on his face. Like, because if you think about it, like Walking Dead series had like really good zombies, like Resident Evil had good zombies, and that's just some makeup, like effects makeup on, and then maybe something in the after, you know, in CGI, like a little CGI, some dust, some gray smoke or something because he's dead. They could have sold it way better. You know what I mean? They could have pitched a way better image for a zombie Doctor Strange, and I would have been like, okay, this is wild. But then you I don't know. They feel like they get lazy, I guess,
Or just not putting it like the fact, or maybe just because of the fact that they know this is a Marvel movie, people are gonna come and see it. They ain't gotta put the whole extra effort behind it like they used to.
That's a Disney fucking thinking, bro. That's the same it's the same shit they do for their parks. They doing it for their movies. We ain't gotta put a foot in it. It's a Marvel movie that's gonna come. We ain't gotta put a foot in it. It's a mermaid movie. They gonna come, bro. It's like just knowing that, like, you believe in that. Just if you keep putting out the same garbage, people gonna pull up for it. It's like I'm not gonna pull up for the same garbage after a while. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go watch.
Remakes.
Yeah, like it's just, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not saying the remakes are bad, but it's just like,
Excuse me, sir. Those are not for you.
for sure, no, rightly so. But like, they're still. What's the point of the Disney Vault?
For you.
For me to do what? I'm as a
You
grown
want to
adult,
reminisce over the stuff that
It's
you
like
want to reminisce.
It's like
I'm gonna-
for
if
the
you
new
don't like
generation,
the live action Lion King, you still got the original.
Okay.
We like Scarface, but the generation before us had a Scarface before that. That's not the original.
Okay, no, yeah, no, I get
So
that.
Al
everybody
Pacino's not
has
the
their
original?
own version. Huh?
Al Pacino's not the original.
No,
There was one in the 40s. And remember,
The 40s.
hold on.
No, wait.
But you remember this movie because you saw it. You don't remember that you saw it. It was in Juice. Remember when Tupac was like, "Oh shit! Oh, that was Scarface.
That was a Scarface movie.
That
But
was
that's
Scarface."
the first.
Was the
original.
original. So when during their time,
In the '90s, they was watching movies from the '40s.
yes,
Bro, the movie still like Turner
TV
Classic,
during that time
like movies
didn't
hit.
like because if you owned your like right now we're in streaming.
Because like, hold on a second, like, because I know in Juice, like, does Juice take place in the '90s, or is it just like, or is it like the one of those ones where it's like it takes place more in the '80s?
No, 90s,
Or was it
I'll
based
say
in 90s?
about 80s
89, 90.
because it came out in the 90s.
'Cause-
It came out in 92, right?
Yeah, it was like 90,
Yeah.
92, 93, yeah.
Okay, so 85.
I wouldn't say 8. Like,
What car was they riding around in?
they didn't ride around in the car. They walked everywhere.
Yeah, but like cars are in the movie.
Homeboy that was picking up that girl.
Yeah, what car?
I forgot what car that was.
Was it? Was it Buick? If it's box style, then you gotta give it 80s, and we just did it that way.
Okay, so if Juice was made in 92, it couldn't be about the 90s
No,
because
so
the
it's
90s
like, yeah.
haven't
Well, at
like
least not
kicked-
late 90s. It'll be more like late
84.
80s or early, or maybe 1990s.
I'll say 80s
I say 80s.
Like late 80s, you know, like 88.
because when they, you got to think about it. When they made movies back then, it took so long.
Right.
So it was made during the 80s.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You would have old cars.
No, you think about it, it came out in the 92. But so you got to think it probably took them 2 years
To make
to
the
make
movie.
that
It
movie.
was probably like in 1990, because I mean,
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark like that. So if they're gonna make a movie,
It's gonna be. In the
you're gonna relate off of the things that came from the time before.
Yeah.
So the 80s is probably going to be their time.
And that was when the height of crack and shit
right.
took off. So like, if you think about it, the time framing of the movie, the way the movie's placed.
well, I
And-
mean,
and
it's
game-
in New York. The crack epidemic was more in LA.
No, it went everywhere though.
I know it went everywhere, but it started in LA.
What?
And they was in New York in the
What I'm saying,
The
like,
movie.
what I'm saying is, like your hood mentality and selling drugs and crack and gangs didn't take off until like the 80s.
And now I'm understanding. So the reason why you wouldn't like in Juice, you wouldn't reference the Scarface because that Scarface was made in 1983. So they could have referenced that movie, but you wouldn't want to do that because it was at the height at that time. So you're giving play to Al Pacino's movie. So might as well go get a free movie, which Scarface is a free movie. It's free domain.
Oh, licensing and shit.
So you licensed the free movie of the movie that came out in the same time,
But giving a tip to the hat
to the same
to the
version.
movie
that came out.
at the time.
So you give like a homage in a way by playing the Scarface older movie.
A lot of people get pissed off why people change certain things in the movie. It's like because of copyrights or certain things, or another movie might be hot at that time. Like you can't reference like Avatar. Airbender couldn't be referenced in any facet of Avatar, even though we remember the original Avatar from Nickelodeon.
Right. That sucks.
And that's also like, because remember when we don't even talk about that movie, but the last Airbender movie that came out, that was right after the Avatar movie. So they can't just say, even though we know it's Avatar, we can't say they had to just say Last Airbender. Because Avatar was it was the highest like gross movie out there.
Trash.
Wait, which one?
The blue. I
movie,
said Avatar, the blue one.
Live action. The blue people one.
Wait, the blue people one?
The blue
Yeah.
people
That
one
was
alright.
fire. I don't know.
That
No,
was
I'm saying-
alright. Yeah, that was alright.
That was a fire movie.
It was long.
Yeah, it was long.
Yeah, it was.
Most of our movies are long these days.
Bro, I can't take the long. I mean, I'm not saying I can't take the long, but like that movie was long in parts, and in some parts I was kind of confused. It just didn't make sense. Like the people,
When
like
they coming out with a second one, so you about to be more confused.
I know. I still don't get how homie is able to be in that body.
It's almost like some Matrix. It's just basically a
What
It's
technology?
kind-
Bitches
it's
be
kind-
eating leaves.
It's kind of the same.
So
It's kind of the
wily,
same
bro.
thing
They
with
live in trees.
It's kind of the same thing with Assassin's Creed Origin. It wasn't like technically.
That's the way I look.
It wasn't technically in that time era, even though the story's in that time era. But he's like going into this like kind of machine to kind of live out that person that they're.
What movie we talking about?
Hmm?
You talking about Avatar? My man had biologically bodies made, and they was holding guns. They made fake bodies.
It wasn't straight like that. Like they had to get in. Remember, Homeboy.
Yeah, my homeboy had to say the thing. That's what I'm saying. What you telling me? That's what I'm trying to say right now. It's like you telling me that these people, indigenous as it is, they sucked your man's whole conscious and soul out and was like, "Hey, we gonna put him over here."
in this other body. Yeah.
And how we gonna do that? We gonna do it at the power of song. Wait, hold on now.
Something like that.
Ready Player One was all virtual. That's VR. You already got me hooked.
But it's still like he still had to get into something to then transfer himself into that whatever thing that blue people be.
Nah, because that's what I'm trying to say. Blue people was blue people. There was an actual people.
I understand that, but they genetically coded him together, fused him with that.
The CGI was still good.
Yeah, like that.
That
Like
CGI
speaking
was
of
fire.
CGI, the Avatar CGI
Immersive.
definitely still better than She-Hulk. Like,
Because they took their time. You know how long they took to get
That was
you know how long
Like
it's taking
7
for them?
years.
You know how long it's taking for them to make the second one? They just now
Same.
coming out with the second one.
Yeah.
same amount of time, but it's almost it feels like.
I just also think it's the same thing. Like, you know,
The reason why
Marvel's putting out so much right now.
because they scrambled.
Just, you know, that something's gonna suffer if you got all these different like. People were even complaining about the CGI in Black Panther, and I didn't think it was that bad.
Wait, the first one?
Yeah, the first one. They said the CGI in
Not
the
bad.
first Black Panther. They said
There's
like,
only one out.
They could have worked on a few things a little more,
yeah,
but
some things,
it
but
was-
it wasn't bad.
It was better. It
wasn't bad.
It wasn't Mortal Kombat. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat's trash.
Yeah, it was garbage. I can't even give that a
What?
second watch.
What? The new one?
The new one, yeah, that new
The
one.
story sucked.
Yup.
The CGI was rushed.
I mean, I would say how they did Goro, he looked okay.
yeah, there was
CGI-wise,
some
he was
highlights.
good.
They ain't gonna take it away from it. There was some
Girl,
highlights.
was it the one with the mouth?
Melina,
Yeah.
The older one did a better Melina.
That one that they like made but didn't make a movie and it was just a little bit of series and it had Michael Jai White in it.
Yeah.
They
Fire.
should have hired them.
dog. That one was great. Like they just had a trailer they had a fake trailer for it. It was just like, yo,
it was so gas.
it looks fucking believable. Like,
But they don't.
like how did they not use this for the movie?
Exactly.
Like I could see Michael J. White as Jax.
Right, because it's just like they did it with Deadpool.
Yep.
That scene in the first movie, that was on a cartoon. Greg showed me that like in 2012 before they even put that out.
Yeah, it was like a fan. It was like a fan.
So they just
fan
carbon copied it and put
Yeah.
it in the movie. Took it down because I was like looking for it again, and then I was like, oh yes, they finna get ready to. I knew it was so.
The one where he falls into the truck.
When he was on the
He
bridge,
was on the bridge.
Yeah.
Listen to the song.
and then he was slicing people's head
I'm
up.
not
The
the-
intro, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole
Shoots a
scene
dude through the
was
ass.
in
truck.
CGI,
Yeah.
like a clean ass.
It was
like,
good.
And I was like, okay, this look neat.
Yo, watch this. If they ever do like a crossover with like DC and Marvel, and they do like Deathstroke versus Deadpool, have y'all seen the YouTube videos like Death Battle?
Yes.
And they actually had a Deathstroke and Deadpool like Death Battle. The animation they did for that one, gas.
What
I thought it was gas.
What powers does Deathstroke have?
He's basically kind of like Deadpool. They based Deadpool off of
He can teleport.
off of Deathstroke. I think he.
Nah, he can't teleport.
Well, he can't teleport like Deadpool.
When
He's
did
immortal?
Deadpool start teleporting?
He's always.
Well, in the
he's
comic,
always-
he teleports, but in the MCU, he doesn't really
Yeah.
or at least in the Fox MCU,
That's
he doesn't
too
really.
much, man. Sometimes when you create these characters, you got to give them just enough weakness, just as much as you give them power.
I mean,
'Cause,
but Deadpool.
sometimes it starts.
I mean,
sounding
Deadpool's
stupid.
different. Like
Yeah,
Deadpool,
he doesn't use it.
No, no. He works.
Deadpool's logic doesn't make
He
sense.
works
as other
because
people.
he's not even he
he knows
real.
he's fictional.
Right.
Yeah.
That works. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when they soup up some of these characters like your Hulks and your Supermans and you ask us why we not gravitating to these characters, it's just like, motherfucker, they ain't going through a problem like we do. We go through a problem every day. We have to put out a fire every day. You got either a job, you got either money issues, something is going on, and then you just can't really cling on to a character that's just having a jolly good day and don't never have no terrible days.
Hulk gets his ass beat.
No,
What are
he
you
don't.
talking
No,
about?
he don't.
Like,
No. Now,
dude, like, come on.
now that
not
we've gotten,
even now. Like, even in the comics, Spider-Man beat the shit out of Hulk one time in the comics. Like, he's beatable. There are people who's been beat, but he is.
But it's
he
like,
is,
how many characters can beat him?
And how much damage can you minimize? You damn near losing a city every time.
Right.
Every
the
time
reason
you
why
got square
Batman
up,
is so relatable is because he has real world problems. He deal with like the bullshit, the muck up, like the bullshit, and then he get blamed for all of it. Spider-Man, same thing. This motherfucker can't even keep a job or a girlfriend, but he got to save the world. It's just like that. Even though that's so far fetched from what we ain't none of us walking around here like Spider-Man or nothing like that. But he still got regular problems. He still got regular people problems. Grandma can't even pay the rent.
yeah.
He got to go to school. He always late. Girlfriend had a problem. Can't keep a job down.
Bruce. I guess you're right. Bruce's problem is just not allowed.
Bruce's power is just like, yo, don't get mad. Like, control your emotions, bro.
Right.
Like,
And the world's fine.
because if you get,
Yeah, but
like,
how you gonna do that in this?
and he always
world?
puts himself in the most stressful situation.
Not even on purpose. It just be like, imagine, because think about that. Just going through your normal day, you just wake up, it's like, all right, I'm going to get some coffee. Long ass line. Then someone taking else. So it's like, the Hulk would have to go through that.
The man can't drive in traffic.
So it's like, his day is just constantly just being tapped. Like, if you think about it, Hulk's a nigga. He's just an angry black man all day long, bro.
In fact,
Just all day long, just an angry black man. Just they're going through life, just having to deal with something else. Hulk, your pants are ripped. Ah! Why can't you just get regular pants? What do you...
rest.
You know what I mean? What do you want me to... Look how... And it's like, look how big he is. I get annoyed, too, if you keep talking about my wardrobe. You just watch me change. Help me. Don't chastise my wardrobe. But, I don't know. That's what was the issue with She-Hulk. Her shit whack, bro.
And what's her weakness?
That's the thing. Like, she ain't
It's
got
not
no
really-
weakness.
It's not really much of a weakness because
But yeah,
of the fact that, like, because like she has the gamma radiation from blood transfusions. It's not like she got directly exposed, so she has the strength, but she can control it better than Bruce.
Yeah, but it's only because they have the same genetics to a degree, and hers is better tuned to the gamma radiation. That's what it said in the series, and it's like, okay, it's fine, but like 4 drops hit her, bro. 4 drops hit her on like a paper cut on her wrist, right? She wasn't even that badly scraped. Like it looked like some shit Harry Potter would have gotten on his wrist. It was light, and she started tripping out, turning into a Hulk, and he's like, "Get away from me! Get away from me right now! I'm bleeding!" And it's like, really? How are you not turning into the Hulk?
Would this be a marketing ploy for them?
Yo, if it is,
for
it's
what?
That's what I'm saying.
Like
for what?
because y'all spent a good 20 minutes on this conversation.
I mean, the conversation was more about CGI.
But no, I'm just saying overall, like every episode pretty much y'all been talking about something Disney, and it's keeping them in a conversation
Oh, true.
every time. And
Well,
Mermaid is doing it.
I
and
mean,
everything's
on
doing it.
social media, you see it happening crazy on social media, like
Right.
with anything, not even just Disney. Like
Mhm.
anything fucked up that happens, good or bad, in a
But I'm
series
saying
is going to
they
be talked
taking
about.
the cake.
They
They're taking
taking-
the cake because they own majority of stuff. They got
Right.
UFC in the tank, ESPN, Hulu,
Like
Disney Plus itself, Marvel, Lucasfilms.
the only thing Amazon got is that Ring of Power, and like that's the only thing tanking on there.
Amazon in a league of their own.
Yeah,
Because it's like
Amazon has a whole store, a whole virtual store,
They probably got more subscribers than anybody else.
and it's not even because of the.
And it's not even because of the thing.
Yeah,
Nobody
because
watches
they
it.
want to shop.
None.
'Cause
They
it's
just
a
need
shopping,
I just
yeah.
need 2-day shipping.
Yeah,
Next day.
it's a shopping.
No, for
Right.
sure. No, for sure.
Smart.
It's the genius thing ever, and then that's why the shit they can put out is they can put out whatever they want,
Right.
and then charge you for it. But like, I'm saying like the way they do
Eventually you'll get
She-Hulk,
on.
but the way that they're doing She-Hulk, it's like if you're gonna get fans, like the way they're losing fans on a biblical level, just because like you're not keeping up to the comic, but it's like you're not even making sense of it. Like
It's okay to like change some stuff up, but
But it's
to
the throwaway characters.
fit the error. But
even as a throwaway character, her character
no,
itself,
her character was not much of a throwaway.
Oh,
She
yeah,
ends
it
up
was.
becoming a part of the Avengers.
Oh, no.
Ends up being like
I
she-
don't mean comic book wise. I'm not talking about the fans. I'm saying from a casual standpoint.
of a
How many
watcher.
people know about She-Hulk?
And like when you're watching
You
it
knew about
now,
She-Hulk before it came out?
is she much of a comic person anymore? Like,
No. I'm saying
Before
it was
that.
you didn't know nothing about it.
yeah,
So it's just like, but you know about Superman and Batman.
you know about
so
Hulk.
they sit on. There's a common string of superheroes. She gonna probably know Joker. She gonna know Batman. She gonna know Superman. She gonna at least somewhat know Hulk. Wonder Woman, guarantee. And then it start
Catwoman and shit.
Catwoman, and then it start trickling down. Joker
But
start trickling down after that.
like even still though, like what I'm saying, like the type of stuff where like her character is like poor is like they gave her a scene, right? Like they paint it so that like men who catcall her, like she has to deal with that all the time. That's why she knows how to control her anger, which is fair, right? And I was like, okay, I get that, right? But the scene was painted in a way where
a lawyer, she couldn't.
right. The scene was painted so she gets
that
the
could be
blood.
a thing too, because she's a lawyer. She has to control her emotions.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah, you're supposed to. You're a lawyer. You can't be tripping out like, "What the fuck you say, judge?" Like that. That'd be the like. That's not my lawyer. Can I defend myself? Can I defend myself? I defend myself. I don't want counseling. I don't want no counseling. Like, so like no. Like that's why I was like, it makes sense for her to have a calm demeanor and like patience and shit. But she's like, that's why. Like she's like, I've been dealing with catcalls. That's why I know how to deal with my anger and stuff. But she gets the blood. She passes out. Wakes up dirty and like bummy and stuff, right? Walks into a bathroom, public bathroom at like a dirt like dive bar, like some biker dive bar, right? And as she's in the bathroom, barefooted, like these group of black girls walk in looking like the ladies of the night. You know what I'm saying? I'll be classy with it. They look some classy women, but they look like they're for the ladies of the night. And they're like, "Oh, baby, you in here barefoot? It's a public bathroom." They drop in like platinum or silver shoes on the floor, high heels. They got her in some furs. They fixed her makeup. They did her up. You know what I'm saying? She looking good. She walks out to the front of the bar to find her way home now, right? And as she's trying to find her way home, a group of bikers just, catch wind that she's outside. And because because the women dressed her this way, I'm not gonna give, it's, we have to paint the picture because these women dressed her this way because it's the only clothes they had. It's not like they had other clothes to choose from. It's the only clothes that they were wearing. They gave her the clothes off their back. It's a heartfelt moment. But she was dressed as a hooker, and these guys are talking to her going, hey, so how much? Politely. Like, if it was if it was an actual hooker, then she probably would have been like, oh, it's this much, and, like, conversate and get a sale.
They don't even do that type of shit no
yes,
more,
they
bruh.
do.
Like, dude. Like, you just walking up to a random chick.
You
Been
got to
weeks
get
with
into
pimp.
some spaces, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in places.
Like Vegas.
I've been in
it's
some
still
places,
popping.
bro. Like,
I can tell you some streets in Atlanta.
they'll do that.
We still got them pimps over
You know what
there.
I'm
They
saying?
ain't gonna.
Don't play this game. They still. That's why I was like, I could see this happening. It's like she would have conversated and get a sale, and that would be her thing. So the dude wasn't really out of pocket, but he wasn't like he was catcalling her because he was like, oh, and she wants to turn around, and then she eventually just hulks out, and like Bruce picks her up and takes her to Mexico. I'm just like, is that really? I feel like that's all parties' fault in this one. I mean, granted, your homies outside of a bar smoking some cigarettes, drinking, just saw a group of hookers walk in, right? Like, I'm talking like 6, 7 hookers walk in, and then come out like a white hooker, and then 6 black hookers. But now the white hooker look good. You're not gonna say something? You be rude. It's like it's almost impolite not to say something because if she was a hooker and she wasn't getting any action, she'd get hit. So you have to say something as a man because you got to protect the woman who's a hooker from getting beat by the pimp. And it's a vicious circle, is what I'm trying to say. And I was like, it wasn't her fault.
This is wild,
bro. This is the truth of this thing, right? It's the truth of this thing. Then she goes on a rant with Bruce, right? And she belittles Bruce Banner the entire time. All he's doing is like, yo, we need you to control your anger. Like, I looked at your blood. Like, just don't trip out. You know, it's like, okay, well then turn me back. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, you took a lethal dose. What, I'm gonna die? Wait. Like, she just keeps interrupting him. It's like, bro, he's a doctor. And you's a lawyer. He don't interrupt you when you're doing a case. Let the man doc right now. He was in his lab. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't working. My man had Spanish music going. He just, he busting down some blood, got the centrifuge going, and like she just busts his whole shit up, belittles the man, and then they get into a full-on brawl scuffle, fuck up the cliff, and then the series almost ends. And like where she saves the day, she just walks out, and Bruce just goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I said things that are true." It's not even an apology. That's not even. I was like, "What? What are you, bro? That's so rude." So then it's like she gets back, saves old buddy who was about to get hit at the jurors because now she's back in the lawyers, but she's now Hulk version because she can apparently control it. But she never practiced. But like for like a weekend, she just realized that she's better than Bruce in every way and was like, yo, I don't need you. Deuces, kiss the rings, and hit him with a car. Left and went to be a lawyer. Realize how crazy this sounds. She just hit somebody with a car. And then she left to go be a lawyer. I was like, all right.
I mean, that was her job before she became Hulk. So
okay, it's fair, but she still hit a person with a car and then drove away. That's the most craziest thing to do. And I was like, all right, whatever. You take, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's a lawyer, and she's out here hitting Bruce in the face, like, just sucker punching him. I was like, what lawyer? I don't want you as a lawyer. If you can't control your temperature, you just going to haul off temperature. Yeah.
I mean, I would like a lawyer that could punch someone in the face.
Not if my life risk, like, the case thrown out, you going to jail. Why can't you just be calm? We just had to be quiet. Like, I don't know. It just, I feel like, I'm not saying that the show is bad, but it paints lawyers in a bad image. You can't tell me it doesn't, because now it just makes lawyers look like they have to be.
So. Dude, first of all, this is all fiction. And there's literally other shows that show that's like Law and Order or whatever. They got shows about lawyers,
Yeah.
and everything like that.
That redhead that be working there, she
Judge
beast. Put
come
that
on.
redhead up against She-Hulk. That redhead gonna run her down in the courtroom. I guarantee you. You know the redhead I'm talking about in SVU and Law and Order, the one that be in the courtroom. Mm-hmm. You get her to go up against She-Hulk right now. She-Hulk losing. I don't care what you said. What when you see her?
Shoot, these days they live stream certain like cases. They live stream certain freaking court cases.
I'm just saying.
And you seen the real deal right here.
I'm just saying. She like, and then she's a dope ass lawyer. I'm just saying you could have had her portray that lawyer on TV. I'd been like, yo, that's a beast as a lawyer. I didn't want to fuck with her because she a Hulk too. You know what I'm saying? A lawyer's already scary. Like I would never want to fuck with a lawyer in the first place.
I think I'm more scared of a prosecutor than a lawyer.
They're both the same.
Not prosecutor, but like I'll be more scared of the judge than the lawyer. Like
the judge, I don't know. The judge.
Because the judge ultimately like decides your fate and shit.
No, he doesn't.
Like, are you gonna be scared of someone else's lawyer?
The judge doesn't do anything like that. He's like a referee. He just listens. Like he has to listen to both sides, and the jury has to say some shit. And if the jury agrees, he has to be like, all right, well, seeing that they agree too. Like he just referees everything. There's no real. He doesn't have as much powers. Because if he did, you'd have corrupt judges.
That's why already corrupt judges.
That's what I'm saying. That's the issue now. So the role of a judge is just to be the referee. He's not supposed to have a side. He's not supposed to be picking anything. He's supposed to hear both arguments, and then the jury hears both arguments,
like,
and then they both.
Have you not heard of some of the things where it's like a judge had a bad day and someone else got fucked over because of it?
Yeah,
like, there are certain like small cases like that where the judge has that power.
Over COVID, there was that black lady that sent like 100 people to jail because they didn't show up. But then they sent letters saying you don't have to come in because of COVID. She was like, "Well, I'm here," but you told him not to come because of COVID. Well, if he's not here, and they just sent, and she had to go back and answer for all of those crimes. She had to answer for every case she did. They went back and was like, "Yo, you could not have done this. We sent them letters saying you don't have to come in for your court date.
Like,
why would you still pass judgment?" So like I'm saying, like there's bad lawyers, but it's like, and there's bad judges, but like you could have at least given her Alec McBeal. Alec McBeal is a good lawyer show. They could have portrayed her like that. I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. They just plant her, and then she complains about getting this boss ass job as the lawyer of all superheroes.
I think it's mainly because of the fact she didn't want to be a superhero. So now she has to be associated with superheroes because of this? Like,
you wouldn't have gotten the fucking job if you wasn't a superhero. If she was just Hulk and not a lawyer, she would never gotten a job. But because she was a lawyer and it's like, oh, you're a Hulk too, so you can fuck niggas up? I got a position. Hey, you gonna run the whole flow upstairs, like about 4 floors above you and below. You're gonna run all that. That's you, because you run a superhero division. You're the only lawyer for superheroes, and you're good. And the dude said that, and then she goes next scene going, I can't believe I'm here because they got me because I'm a superhero. I was like, bro, he just gave you credit. He said, yo, you whooped my ass. It wasn't for the fact you saved the jury, and I said mistrial. I was like, damn, dick move. Yeah, but now that you're fired, I'll hire you. Because like, you're really good. He said that to her, and then the next scene, it follows up going.
Nah, because the next scene is like, I want you to be She-Hulk all the time.
Yeah. Like, because you're in charge of a super division of other criminal superheroes. Probably all sent from that dude with the mustache that got people caged up in Zemos and shit. He probably sent. Imagine getting a call from the DOJ. That's her job now, because she's like, yeah, we got another one of the superhero went crazy. What? All right, I got you. Mutant, I got you. All right, send it to my office. She has to take those calls now, and she's complaining about it. It's like, bro, I guess what I'm saying is she make it seem like she's getting like she has like a glass ceiling, and they're not giving her the position because of her skills. I was like, bro, you're getting the position because of the skills. Like, no one would have like a She-Hulk as a lawyer if she doesn't know any. Like, if she was a paralegal, you get what I'm saying? Like, if she was just if it was her friend that had Hulk abilities, and she didn't, her friend wouldn't even get hired. You'd just be like, bro, you have to find a new job. I'm not gonna hire a paralegal that can have the Hulk ability. can't risk you not hurting the client. Like I could never have, she would have to be, but because she's a lawyer and she can represent the clients, she has a position. And they made it seem like she didn't. And that's why I was just like, yo, I don't know, they're shitting on men when they didn't have to. And that dude that's in it is a dick.
What dude?
There's like a dude lawyer, and I agree with the girls.
Oh, yeah.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
The guy who thought he was talking to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, that
Dude.
episode's there. He's like, did you really think that you can pull the Megan Thee Stallion?
It was
like,
he's such an asshole, bro. He's such a.
and then he literally looked and was like, yeah, like, yeah, like.
Yeah. He's looking at him like, you thought you did? You really thought that? But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the series, yeah, it's not for us for sure. But it's not.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be more of a, like I was saying, more casual than action, though. Because it does seem more like into the whole legal basis of it, or something like that. It seems more like a lawyer show than an action superhero show.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. I don't get any of that feeling because they bash or there's always a complaint about men or something treating women. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like I don't have a problem you putting it in the show, but bro, it's the whole episode. It's her and her friend be bashing men or something, or talking about Steve Rogers' ass.
Her lock screen is literally Steve Rogers' ass.
And it's like, bro,
that's wild.
You just got mad at homies trying to actually talk to you, and you trying to be like, hey, does Steve talk about me? What? No. Bruce be like, no, he don't. I don't know. Like, how are you?
The man went back in time.
It's just it's the hypocriticalness of the movie sometimes, of the show, of the series. Just be like, yo, what is going on with this series? But again, CGI needs work. Oh, the fight scene between Hulk and She-Hulk. I mean, Hulk and She-Hulk, though. I'll give you that. That was it was good. The CGI was good. It got dumb. It just got corny because she was just throwing stuff at him. Remember, it was like coconuts and then like a trap on his head. It got corny. It got slapstick.
It just didn't seem like Hulk.
Yeah, it just got.
I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to CGI, I think the CGI from the Incredible Hulk way better than the one they did for Mark Ruffalo. Like Norton's.
Edward Norton's. Okay,
yeah, Edward Norton's. His CGI was better.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like if they would have done that the whole time throughout the MCU, like it would have been different. Like,
yeah, we'll just wrap it up though.
Yeah,
I mean,
this has been an episode of TV Nerds. This is your host, Esoteric Child, here with Gay Stomach. Follow us on our link tree. You know the vibes. Stay nerdy, y'all. Peace.